गुम्लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्धिदामि भगवत् गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्ण प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीप यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगा ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः।
हरि ओम। हरि ओम। हरि ओम। येतं ऐकू? वंदे गुरुणाम चरणारविंद संदर्शित स्वात्मसुखावबोधे जनस्य जांगुलिकाय मन संसार हाला हरमोहशंते पुंडलीकवरदा हरि विठ्ठल श्री ज्ञानदेव तुकाराम पंढरीनाथ महाराज की जय। परमहंस सद्गुरु स्वामी स्वरूपानंद महाराज की जय। परमहंस सद्गुरु स्वामी माधवनाथ महाराज की जय। परमहंस सद्गुरु स्वामी माधवानंद महाराज की जय। सर्व संतन की जय। जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ। Today is Guru Purnima. I was thinking actually what should be the topic for today's discourse. So I thought let's make all of you expert in Bhagavad Gita. How about that? Right? So when we hear Bhagavad Gita, we feel, hey, it is so difficult. I don't know anything about it, right? But today we are actually going to simplify it. Okay, and we are actually going to look at chapter 3 from Bhagavad Gita, which is Karma Yoga. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Tritiyodhyaya, third chapter, Karma Yoga. Karma. Do you guys know what is Karma Yoga? Any one of you? So we'll try to make it as interactive as possible. So yoga of action, doing something, right? Whatever our eternal duties are, how to successfully do them, right? That is Karma Yoga, and we are going to actually take a look at it. So before we try to take a look at it, we'll try to first of all look at what Bhagwan is going to teach us, right? And then the important aspect of today is we'll not just look at like what Bhagwan wants to tell us, but we are actually going to do some activities, right, which will simplify what is Karma Yoga for us and how it will be useful for us in our day-to-day life. So that is what we are going to do. But before we get started, right, I have a couple of questions to you, and I know like most of you might be knowing it. Can you tell me how many? And then again to the Zoom, whoever is on Zoom as well, like if you know, just unmute yourself and let me know. How many chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita?
18.
Total chapters.
18.
Yeah, Samhita, 18. 18 is correct. Okay, now a difficult one. Okay, do you know how many shlokas, total shlokas? So there are 18 chapters. How many total shlokas are there in Bhagavad Gita? Now this is a very difficult one.
There's 725.
Very good. Who was that?
Station.
Shrisha, very good. 700. So there are 700 shlokas totally in Bhagavad Gita in 18 chapters. Now one more interesting question. So Bhagavad Gita, as you know, is a conversation, right? Like we are having conversation, Bhagavad Gita is like a conversation. Do you know who all are participating in that conversation? So two of the people, you can see it on the slide. Who is it? Yeah, you can say. Very good. Bhagwan Shri Krishna and Arjun. Do you know if there is anyone else in Bhagavad Gita? Sanjay and yeah, Dhritarashtra. Very good. So I think most of you are already experts, right? But still, let's go to the next what we want to see, right? So what I'm trying to do over here is simplify Bhagavad Gita, how to understand Bhagavad Gita, right? So in this particular slide, what we are trying to see is all the 18 chapters that are there, right? And how many shlokas are there in each of the chapter. So sometimes our parents, mom, dad, they often ask us, right? Hey, can you by heart, can you recite one of the chapters for of the Bhagavad Gita? And then we used to, when I was a kid, I used to look at how many shlokas are there in each of the chapter, and whichever is the smallest, I used to pick it. So this is a summary of like which is the smallest chapter in Bhagavad Gita. So chapter 12 and chapter 15. So they are missing over here, like the naming, but you can see on the pie chart, right? So chapter 12 and chapter 15, Bhakti Yoga and Purana Purushottam Yoga Nam, those both of them have 20 verses. Can you look at the picture and tell me which is the biggest one? Which has the most number of shlokas? Chapter 18, correct. So chapter 18 has 78 shlokas in it, right? So if our parents ask, hey, can you recite chapter 18? Just say to them that, hey, how about chapter 12? That's the smallest. So for 12 and 15 are the smallest, but 18 actually the chapter 18. So whenever there is a big lecture or when our teacher or sir is teaching us, right? So usually our attention span is very small. We remember what is taught in the beginning and then we remember what is taught at the end. Sometimes what is taught in the middle we miss out, right? So what our teacher does is she gives a summary of everything. Okay, kids, what all we learned during that whole lecture, right? So similarly in chapter 18, what Bhagavanta is doing is he is giving the summary of all 17 chapters. That is the reason it is the biggest chapter, right? It is also called as Ekadhyayi Gita, which means that in single chapter, all the previous 17 chapters are covered. We are getting closer to becoming true champions of Bhagavad Gita, okay? Now, one more question I have is, so we saw there are 4 participants who are having a conversation in Bhagavad Gita, and you rightly said Dhritarashtra is one of them. Do you know by any chance how many shlokas did Dhritarashtra say, or he recite, or he? Very good, awesome. Yes, it is only one shloka. So now, if you go to the next slide, there is only one shloka that Dhritarashtra has throughout Bhagavad Gita. And do you know the reason for it? So sometimes I'll give an example, right? Sometimes two, let's say adults are discussing something, and then there is a toddler who's there. And then the toddler, he always wants attention to himself. So what he'll do is he'll come in the middle and he'll try to say something. Hey, I want to show you something. Look at the plane that I have done. look at the drawing that I have done, right? So he'll keep on disturbing the conversation. So what usually the elders, what they'll do is, okay, you want to show something? Okay, show it to us. But after this, please don't disturb us. Right? That's what we tell maybe our younger brothers and sisters as well, right? So that is something exactly similar that Maharishi Vyas is doing. So he has given first shloka of Bhagavad Gita, the very first shloka of Bhagavad Gita to Dhritarashtra. Whatever you want to say it. But after that, please don't disturb us because this is very important discussion that we are having, right? So if you look at it, after first chapter, there is not a single verse that Dhritarashtra has spoken. There are a couple of verses that Sanjay has spoken because Sanjay is actually telling the story, reciting the story to Dhritarashtra. In the third chapter that we are actually today going to look at, so if you can see, there are 3 verses that Arjun is saying and 40 verses that Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling, right? So basically it is, these 3 verses are like questions that Arjun is asking. And 40 verses, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is trying to explain it to him. So we are going to actually take a look at all of them today within the time limit. So this is another interesting slide that I have looked at. So basically what it does, it gives a summary of all 18 chapters in one line. So nowadays the attention span of all of us, right, it is diminishing. So if you used to read books, let's say in earlier days for 8 hours, nowadays it is, the attention span is diminishing. We read it for 30 minutes, then we want to do something, right? We go to kitchen, open the fridge, eat something, again come back, and then again try to read. Even when we are watching some kind of videos, tutorials, right? We want the content to be condensed as possible, right? Hey, just give me the summary. What is the gist of it? I don't have half an hour. So similarly, what we are trying to do over here is, if someone asks you, hey, what is the summary of, let's say, chapter 3 in this case? So chapter 3, what does it say? It just says that, hey, what are your eternal duties? That's what we are going to discuss. So this is a very interesting slide which gives us a summary, right? So you can just have this slide, and if anyone asks you, what does Bhagavad Gita tell? You can just recite what each and every chapter is actually trying to tell us. So chapter 3, chapter 6, chapter 12, right? So chapter 3 is Karma Yoga, chapter 6 is Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and chapter 12 is Bhakti Yoga. What it tries to tell, what Bhagavanta is trying to tell to us, is there are different ways of reaching to me. Bhakti Yoga, you can do bhakti. Karma Yoga, you can do your daily activities. Dhyana Yoga, you can actually do meditation, and you can still, all of these paths, even though they look different, you can still reach to me. That is what Bhagavanta is trying to tell us. Now the most important part that I wanted to look at is, hey, this is all good, right? We are trying to look at Bhagavad Gita. What is there in for me? Why should I study Bhagavad Gita? A lot of you will have this question, why should I study it, right? So that is why this is the reason we are going to look at it. In this chapter, Bhagavad is telling us to do karma, right? So everyone has a set of karma or activities that we have to do. And what Bhagavad is telling us is to focus on it, right? Detach yourself from the results and then accept the results, even if it is good or bad. So these are like the points that we are actually going to cover. So it is a big chapter, right? And I don't want to go through all of the chapter, all of the shlokas in detail, right? I want it to be as interactive as possible. So this is a summary of what the chapter is. It is divided into like 5 different segments, right? And then all these segments, Bhagavanta is actually trying to tell us like different things about Karma Yoga. But interestingly, what we are going to do is, we are actually going to just look at few of the principles that Bhagavanta is trying to teach us. So first of all, it is necessity of karma. So can you tell me, can someone tell me what are the eternal duties of a student? Studying, right? So that is the most important. So if you are a student, your eternal duty, whole chapter is about our duties, what we should do. So when you are a student, you should devote maximum time to studies, and that is what Bhagavad is going to teach us. Another important question that Bhagavad is going to teach us today is, as I mentioned, there are various ways through which you can reach to God, right? One is Jnana Marga, and another one is Karma Marga. So there is always a question, what is the path for me? How should I reach? So for that, there is one question that I have for like everyone. So I know like all of you do meditation, right? How many of you do meditation?
You can raise hands with that.
You can raise hands.
I know you
2
can.
minutes, 5 minutes,
How many minutes we do Siddharth?
3 minutes. Very good. So when we do meditation, do you think about school? Do you think about activities that are happening? Do you get thoughts about it? No? Do you get thoughts about your friends? Sometimes? Sometimes. So, usually what is seen is whenever we are doing meditation, we will have thoughts, which is very natural. Whenever we have thoughts about any of the activity that we have to do, we have already done, or which we are doing, then we have to do karma yoga, right? So we are on the path of doing karma, and that is what Bhagavad is trying to teach us. The difference between karma yoga and jnana yoga, I'll tell you with like one example. So think of like there is a mango tree, and there are a lot of mangoes on top of the tree. Okay. Now there is a bird who wants to eat mangoes. Can you tell me what he'll do? The bird will do. He'll just fly, right? He'll just directly fly to the top of the tree and eat the mango. Now there is a person who's standing beneath the tree, and he looks at the bird and he thinks that, hey, I also should fly. Will he be able to fly?
No.
So what he should do? He'll go branch by branch, right? He'll start climbing. He'll go to one branch, he'll go to the next branch, till he reaches the top of the tree where he can eat the fruit. This is Karma Yoga. In Karma Yoga, what we do is we try to purify ourselves step by step, till we reach to a point where we can grasp that knowledge. This is Karma Yoga, and that is what we are actually going to see. One quick question now that I have for all of you is, so a lot of us think that, hey, I can spend time without doing anything. Do you think you can do? Can you spend a day without doing anything? No, right? It's not possible. So even if we think that, hey, I just want to relax, I don't want to do anything, but still it is not possible. You will still have to do daily activities. You will still have to brush your teeth. You will still have to take bath. You will still have to, let's say, take breakfast, lunch, dinner. So karma cannot be escaped. So what this shloka is telling is, you cannot have inaction. You should do the karma. It is not possible to just totally avoid any activity. You have to do the karma, and then if we have to do the karma, why don't we give 100% to it? That is what the shloka is trying to tell. And actually we are going to do an activity for it. So it will be a fun activity. So I need a couple of volunteers for the activity. So first of all, I'd like to invite Sanjana for the first activity. And so the first activity that we are going to do is called as five whys. Why, right? Why is the question? WHY. So usually what happens is whenever we are trying to get to the root cause of something, we usually look at only the surface of it, right? So I'll give you an example. So let's say one of our friend or maybe our parents, they ran over the red light. Okay, they are driving the car and by mistake they ran over it. Now the police, he stopped the vehicle and police asked, hey, what happened? So the obvious question, obvious answer that will be given is I was running late. Okay. Now if we keep asking why, then we'll get to the root cause of it. So let's say the same scenario, if we ask that particular person, why did you break the red light? Right? Why did you cross the signal when it was red? First answer is I was running late. Second is why were you running late? Maybe he'll say I was late for the meeting. Why were you late for the meeting? Because I woke up late. Why did you woke up late? Because I slept late. Why did you sleep late? Because I was busy watching something on the TV at night. Right? So it is a simple question. Why did you break the traffic light? But the root cause of it is actually not because I was speeding, because I did not plan for it correctly, right? Because I was watching something at night which led to waking up late, which led to I had to hurry, which led to maybe I'll miss the meeting and then I actually missed the traffic light. So this technique of five whys, we can use it everywhere. Whatever karma we are doing, maybe in our school, right? Let's say we are going to exam and maybe after the exam the results are not what we expected. We can question ourselves, five whys. Why did this happen? So this is called as peeling of an onion. So if you look at the onion, it has multiple layers. Once you start peeling the onion, you'll go deeper and deeper and deeper, right? Till you reach the core of it. Correct? So that is the exercise that we are going to do today. So Sanjana has volunteered for this, and what I'll ask her is give a scenario in real life, right? This is all that is real in real life that she has explored it. So I gave her like this particular situation a couple of days ago, and then she was thinking about it. So let's hear it from her about what the situation was first, right? What was the result? And then we'll keep asking her five why questions. And then you will see that the result is totally like the what answer she gave for the first why is very different than when she goes to the root cause of it.
Hello. So how should I just start talking from the first why? Um. So the first why, or the question I asked was like during my second semester of college, after New Year's, like everyone writes their resolutions, and I wanted to stick to some of mine, and one of them was to read more books. And so, why did want to start reading books more often? Um, I felt like first semester was really fun, but I wasn't spending some time that I had, like my free time, on things that were more beneficial to me, and I felt like I was just wasting time and I could have been doing more with it. And so, like, part of that was I was just like on my phone too much and not really like connecting with other things. And the second why was why did scrolling on my phone not make me feel like I was accomplishing anything? And I wrote that I felt like it was just very distracting and unfulfilling, and especially for classes where like discussion is important, like books help me with my studying and like understanding other concepts, and it's applicable to everything that you see. And my third why was why did I suddenly start caring about learning or growing? And I think that's just because like going into college, second semester, like the school's wrapping up, and I felt like I had to start doing new different things just because I'm becoming like a different person and I'm becoming more of an adult every year. And so I wanted to do something kind of like outside my usual comfort zone because I'll say I'll read and then I won't. And then why did I think that reading could help change that? And I think for me, like reading at the end of the night, putting my phone down helped me get better sleep. And it was just more entertaining and it made me feel better about my days as I went. And me and my friends would like read the same books, so we would just talk about them. And why does it matter to me now? And I think that's just because um, I just want to learn more and I like to read and I want to keep indulging in like my passions and all of that. So.
Wow. Hari Om. So the gist of this, Hari Om. Gist of this is sometimes it is very easy to answer. Now, if you, so this is the homework for everyone, right? Once you go home, try to see one example where you can actually use this 5 why method. Sometimes you'll notice that it is very easy to answer 2 whys, but to go deeper till 5 whys is very difficult. And you can apply it everywhere. So try this method, and you'll start realizing that as we start answering the 5 whys, we are actually going a lot deeper. So now we are going to do one more activity. Okay, so for that activity, before we start that activity, because it will take some time to arrange it, so before we start that activity, what I want everyone on this call to do is get up from your place, maybe your chair. If you are sitting, please get up. Okay, can everyone please get up? Stand up, yeah, stand up. And we'll start arranging. ती खुर्ची इथे आहे आणि मग ते हे पण ठेव. Okay, and then what I want everyone to do is, okay, there is a fan over here, but rotate your hands, both your hands. Okay, rotate your legs. So similarly, rotate your legs one by one. Very good. Okay, now sit down. So the reason we are doing, first of all, is to again actively engage you, right, all of you. And secondly, because we are sitting for like a long time, I just wanted to make sure that everyone is comfortable, right? So now we'll go to the second activity. तर हा लॅपटॉप पण आपल्याला इथे लागेल ना?
हो.
काढू शकतो आपण.
We could use that camera.
नाही तो हा 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 पाहिजे.
तर तो अजून एक खुर्ची आणता येईल का? ही आपण इथे ठेवू, अजून एक खुर्ची.
ही घेते ना, ती छोटी खुर्ची घेऊ का? हा ही दॅट इज आयडियल ॲक्च्युली.
Can you stop sharing so we can see you full screen?
You.
हा हे बरोबर आहे ना.
थोडंसं पुढे. आणि मी हे इथनं हे करतो, स्टॉप शेअरिंग करतो.
थोडं मागे बरोबर आहे का?
दिसतंय तुम्हाला थोडंसं? I'll try to explain.
या संविधा गिव्ह थम्स अप.
Okay, I'll try to explain काय करतोय
I
आपण.
think we might have to turn the lights off.
Okay. हा लाईट बंद करू शकतो का?
बारीक करू शकतो. नाही खूप अंधार झाला.
नाही, आणि तो चालू करायचा मागचा.
Solve one.
ओके ठीक आहे. आय ट्राय टू एक्सप्लेन. हां तर त्यासाठी मला दोन व्हॉलेंटियर्स आय वॉन्ट टू व्हॉलेंटियर्स आणि मी ते दोन व्हॉलेंटियर्सची नावं
सिद्धार्थ
अनिश कुलकर्णी आणि सिद्धार्थ देवपुरे. So, first of all, can you quickly introduce yourself?
इकडे ये बेटा.
इथे दोघे इथे बसले तर चालेल. एकाने इथे बसा, एकाने इथे बसा.
I'm Siddharth. I'm going into
खाली
eighth
बसला
grade.
Well, you can then they'll be able to see.
Yeah, I'm going
बसा
into.
बेटा बसा. हां.
I'm Siddharth. I'm going into eighth grade into basic Scottsdale.
Very good.
हां. हां.
I'm Manish Kulkarni. I'm going to go into 8th grade in Mountain Trail Middle School.
Very good. Welcome, guys. So, what we are going to do today is a very interesting activity in which I need active participation from everyone. Okay? So, we did like a lot of theory. I know like theory is sometimes boring. So, now what we are going to do is actual practical thing, which will be very beneficial to everyone. Okay? So, I need, so you can take one and you can take the other. Choose different colors, please. Yeah. Okay, so I'll briefly mention what exactly you are seeing over here. So some of you might be knowing about x-axis, y-axis, right? This is the y-axis, which means questions. This is the x-axis, which means answers. Okay. To all the people on Zoom as well, all the kids on Zoom. This is the x-axis, which is answers. Y-axis is questions. And then each question has two answers, right? Either you know the question or you don't know the question. Similarly, answer also has two sides. Either you know the answer or you don't know the answer, correct? So for each of these quadrants, what we are going to do is look at the person, like if someone is in this quadrant who knows the question and who knows the answers, then what do you think of that particular person? What qualities will he or she have? If he knows the questions, if he doesn't know the question. Similarly, for this quadrant, you know the question, but you don't know the answers. This one, you don't know the questions, you don't know the answers. Okay? And for this one, you don't know the questions, but you know the answers. Okay, so let's try to look at all these quadrants one by one, and we'll try to list down what are the qualities of that particular person. If someone resides in this, so let's start with this, right? So if there is a person who knows all the questions and who knows all the answers, what do you think about that person? If there is a person in your school, right, who knows all the questions, everything, all the questions he knows, all the answers he knows, so what do you think the qualities are for that particular person? And then we can just start listing it, right? So you can also tell, and you can write both these, and you can start writing all of these, right? These two. So for this one, you can start writing, and if you think about something, start writing. And it is like actively participation is required from everyone, right? So let's start. What do you think if someone? So let's do one by one. Okay, let's only do that quadrant first. So yeah, if someone knows the question, knows the answer, what do you think?
Smart.
Smart. Okay, what else? What do you think?
What else?
Okay, you have to, if you write, you have to tell what you're writing.
Saying good memory because if they have like foresight essentially.
Good memory. Okay, I'll try to tell what is being written over here for everyone on Zoom. And on Zoom as well, like if you have something, just say it out loud. Okay, and we'll try to write it. So knows the question and knows the answer, right? If there is a kid in your class who knows the questions, knows the answers. Anything
Wise,
else? Samhita,
wise,
he's wise. He's wise.
Anything else? You have something to say, Shubha?
he studies,
Hardworking.
Hardworking.
The other kids.
knowledgeable,
What? So if somebody knows a question and they know the answer, what kind of traits or qualities they may have?
Knowledgeable.
Smart.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Yeah.
Smart. Okay. Okay, now let's do one more thing, right? If there is a kid in your class who knows all the questions, who knows all the answers, right? There should be some bad quality in him or her. Can you name any bad quality? Do you think that arrogant, egoistic? Let's write. So let's do one thing. Let's have a line over here so we can distinguish from good and bad.
Yeah.
No, wait. So let's do that quadrant first. Okay. Arrogant, egoistic. Anything else?
Overconfident.
Overconfident, very good. Anything else? How about you guys?
Boasting.
Do you think about anything else?
Braggy.
Braggy. Okay, he's bragging. He's bragging that I know everything, right? Okay, awesome. I think this is good enough for that particular quadrant. And if you remember anything else, we can revisit it, right? Let's. You have one? Okay.
Annoying. The
Annoying.
person could be annoying that he knows all the questions and all the answers all the time.
Yeah. And you can say it out loud, like if you have anything.
Could
Yeah.
it be cheap?
Nerdy. Okay. So is it a good or bad?
I'm gonna put it here.
Oh, in the middle.
In the middle. Nerdy. So nerdy or
Know it all.
Know it all. Correct. Know it all.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go to the second quadrant, guys. Okay. So the second quadrant that we are going to see is this one. Okay. So for this particular quadrant, that particular person, he knows the questions. Okay. But he doesn't know the answers.
Curious.
Curious. Very good. Very good.
Excuse me. Student.
He's a student. Yeah.
Open-minded.
Open-minded. Very good.
Hear me.
The guy who wrote half the answer sheet.
Huh?
The guy who wrote half the answer sheet.
Who won't have the answer, please?
Owned half answer sheet.
That's a good one,
Is
actually.
that a good one? Like, if resourceful then.
How about, do you think like there was bragging over in the first one? What do you think about this?
Unprepared.
Unprepared. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Yes.
Oh
Unprepared.
no.
So if you want to learn something, right? If you go to your teacher, will it help you being arrogant? Will your teacher he or she will still answer it, but is it good to be arrogant when you're asking something? You want answers. So what quality should you have? Humble. Very good. That's the exact keyword. So when you're trying to find answers to the questions, you should be humble. Anything negative that you see in this quadrant?
Well, they can be kind of annoying and repetitive. Most of the time, they can annoy other people because of their frequency to ask questions.
Yeah, let's write it down. So
Also,
Annoying.
annoying.
Everybody can be annoying in their own right.
everyone can be annoying.
Annoying is
So
universal.
so on the Zoom you are able to hear, right, what we are trying to say? Samvida, or if someone can mention, are they able to hear?
Talkative.
Hmm? Can you repeat that, Samvida?
Talkative.
Talkative. Talkative.
I'm putting that in the middle too. That can be a good thing and a bad thing.
Okay, I think this is sufficient for the second quadrant. Do you have anything, Sanjana and
Shalvari, Malvi? Huh? No.
What?
Do you have
No.
anything for the
or even the parents, like, do you have anything? Curious, yeah.
Yeah,
Already
he is
wrote.
there.
Curious is there, yeah.
He's
Curious
already
is there.
Mischievous.
Lazy. That not trying to find the answers. They know the question. Oh, they don't
That
know
would
the
be more
answers.
for this one.
Yeah, because they know the answers, but they don't
So
know.
let's start.
Recorded now?
Yeah, let's start with this quadrant first. Okay. So which is, let me mention what the quadrant is. So that particular person knows the answers but doesn't know the question. And this is the interesting part, right? How will this happen that you know the answer but you don't know the question? So sometimes
Misunderstanding?
Trisha, can you repeat that?
Misunderstanding of a question?
Misunderstanding. Very good.
Is that what you
That could be like misunderstood. So like that could be a middling quality.
So usually what happens is we know that we have answer to something, but actually the question is sometimes different, right? So
Not listening?
not listening.
Bad listening. Alright.
They're lying.
Or lying.
Wait, a cheater would be.
Yes,
Cheater.
cheater. Exactly.
You don't understand.
They have all of the. They have the other half of the answer sheet.
What is the good thing? We need at least one good thing.
Any other good thing? So there are a lot of negatives that
What'd you
can
say again?
Annoying.
Annoying is universal.
No, the
annoying is universal.
good thing. What is one good thing that could be, Um, it could be,
It could be a logical kid who can fit the answers for all the questions.
Just like naturally
But how do you
knowing.
like
Naturally.
Form smart.
young children?
Young children, let's write it
Young
down.
children.
Young
Yeah,
children.
just young children.
A know-it-all?
Samita, can you repeat that?
A know-it-all? Because
Know it
like
all.
they basically think they know everything, but like they don't.
Yeah, know it all is, yeah, in the negative sense, right? You are saying Samita?
Yeah.
Enlightened. Wow, that
Yes,
was a
that was
different
good.
one. Okay, let's write enlightened.
under the good side, yeah.
Enlightened, that's interesting. So I feel if you're enlightened, you should know the questions as well. Right?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
that's true.
if you
There's
don't know what is going on when you're meditating,
But I think cheater survives it.
cheater is the best description.
Like he don't understand the question, but he still know the answer.
okay, let's
It's
go
like
to
intuitive.
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 Yes.
Okay, that's a good one actually.
We're having
That's a
so much
quality.
fun.
Intuitive.
Intuitive. Intuitive.
Yeah.
That's
Not
fine.
loyal? Not loyal?
Trisha, what did you say?
Not loyal. Like if you
Loyal.
your teacher asks, no, loyal.
Disloyal.
No, he's saying no. She's saying loyal.
Oh wait, opposite of disloyal.
Is she saying loyal? Wait, what are you saying? Repeat
Trisha, can you repeat it?
Not loyal.
Disloyal. Okay.
Not loyal. Sorry guys,
Yes.
we are having a little trouble hearing you. So if you're on Zoom, try to be a little loud.
Yeah.
Samvida, you have something?
Believer, like just a believer. Like they believe, but they don't know like what
Faithful
exactly.
believing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Blind believer, I guess.
That is right what you're saying. Can you tell that again?
She said that too. Blind believer, because like they just believe, but they don't like exactly know what they're believing.
Very good.
it's a
No,
blind
actually that is the correct.
I think that might just be like in
blind faith.
Yeah.
Like it could be a good thing,
No, it is
but
a
it's like no.
Let's take it as a negative thing, right? It is blind
Yeah.
faith.
That's not a good thing.
Okay, let's go to the next quadrant now, guys. Okay? So
Yeah.
For the
the
next
fourth quadrant is where you don't know the questions and you don't know the answers. Okay, this is very common.
loss.
We don't know questions. Okay, lost. Let's write down. Again, negative first, I think.
They don't
Lost.
have questions to ask.
For the positives, I think we could do
Half-wit. Okay, half-wit.
surprise.
Ignorant. Very good.
Agni says
Dumb.
unprepared.
Okay,
Surprise.
ignorant, dumb, unprepared,
Maybe greedy.
Surprised.
too late, too lazy.
Too late to get the answer.
Inattentive.
Oh, too late to get to the answer.
Unsmart.
They didn't
That's
have
the
it.
key.
They didn't
Got
have
it.
enough money to buy it off the black market.
Surprised. Still learning.
Wait, what'd you say?
What is that, Samvida? Or Shisha, who mentioned?
I was saying surprised. Like they don't know the answer. Someone tells them, they're like, what?
Yeah, I think it's a bad.
Being surprised.
Can you
is
repeat that?
always
Sorry,
bad.
we are not able to hear you.
I was saying surprised.
Pride?
Surprise.
Surprise. Okay, surprise. Okay. Any good things, guys?
Good thing.
Come on, there should be something good.
Failure. Oh,
Open?
Open. Oh yeah,
Like
let's write it down.
open-minded. Yeah, that makes sense.
Huh? Loyal? Okay, let's write loyal.
Open, loyal.
Loyal, influenceable.
Unsmart.
Influenceable. Okay.
Is that a good thing?
Honest.
Okay, that's fine.
That's nice. Honest.
Honest.
Because it takes courage to tell, right? Like, hey, I don't know the questions, I don't know the answer. I'm a beginner over here.
Please distracted.
Distracted.
Hoses.
Content. Yeah, content.
Content. Clueless. Yeah.
Okay, again, what we are doing is
Learning.
doesn't know the questions, doesn't know the answers. Okay. Unbothered. Okay, unbothered.
Unbothered.
I guess that's
Naive. No, somebody already said that.
yeah. Unbothered is a good thing.
Unbothered is good.
Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yes.
Correct. Correct. Ignorance is
Curious.
bliss.
Curious. Well,
Okay. Curious. Curious, I think we wrote, right?
Yeah, we put it here. Open-minded is also.
That's fine. Like
Opposite of curious?
Yeah, it would be the opposite.
opposite of curious.
You don't know any questions.
So like incurious.
Let's put curious in both places, like
Yeah.
incurious and curious. Okay. So now, guys,
Not.
I can see like everyone is so actively involved, right? Now we are
huh?
going to the second stage of what we are discussing, right?
Is it
So
like
as a
just
combined group, is someone saying something?
duh? Like in Marathi? I don't know. Duh, like
Can you tell again, Samvida? Impractical?
duh, like in Marathi, duh.
Duh, duh, duh.
In Marathi, don't.
Still learning.
Still learning. Okay. So now,
Student,
I think this was like really fruitful, right? All of you now know what we are doing. The whole purpose of this was to first understand what we are doing. Now we'll go to the second step, right? As you rightly pointed out. Let's try to, as a group, right? Let's try to see which quadrant do you think is the best quadrant. So ideal state where you want to be, right? As a person, if someone asks you, hey, where do you see yourself? Which quadrant would you like to be in? So which is the most favorable quadrant, right? Now I know like it is difficult, so let's do one by one. So this is quadrant 1, 2. Was this 3? Or 3? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's start with 1. Who thinks that 1 is like the most favorable? The first quadrant is you know the questions, you know the answers. Okay. So let's look at the room so it will be easier. And there are at least 7 hands, 8 hands.
7, 8,
Okay.
9.
And even the adults, right? You can
9.
you can raise your
also
hands.
participate.
Okay, 8. Let's say 8.
Okay.
Can you write 8 over here? Just say 8. Okay? So 8. So we'll just look at the room, guys, on the Zoom. So 8 people think that know the question, know the answer is the correct quadrant to be in. Now let's go to the second quadrant, which is you know the question, but you don't know the answers. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 10, right? 10. Okay, 10. Now the third quadrant. Who thinks this is a good quadrant where you know the answers but you don't know the question? So you don't know the question. Okay, 2, 3. 3. So let's write down 3. Okay? And the last one. Where you don't know the questions, you don't know the answers. Who thinks that is the best place to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5.
Okay.
Awesome.
You can't vote twice, by the way.
Good observation. Okay, so now the second question, right? What do you think is the least favorable? Least favorable. Hey, I don't want to be in this quadrant no matter what happens. What is the least? So let's go one by one again. What happened? Let's go one by one again, right? First quadrant, does anyone think that, hey, I don't want to be in this quadrant? No? Okay, second quadrant is you know the question but you don't know the answers.
No, I feel like the first
So that is the least favorable, right? That's what you think.
Wait,
Two.
can I vote the first?
Sure.
Okay.
So let's write
Yeah. Slash.
yeah, one,
One.
and over here
Yeah, there's like a one here.
three.
Three?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, third quadrant. Okay, over here. This was this third, right?
Yeah, this is the
So
third
where
one.
you don't know the questions but you know the answers. Is this the least favorable? Do you think?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay, one, two,
Yes.
three,
Oh.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And me.
Okay, 9.
Yes. You do not want to be.
And how about the last quadrant, where you don't know the questions, you don't know the answers? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least 10. So let's write down 10.
Yeah.
I'm bothered.
I'm very surprised
Okay,
by
so
the
now
results.
let's come to the answers, right? And I think it will surprise most of you. But let's try to get to the answer. Let's try to do an activity. Right? So the answer to this is actually there shouldn't be one quadrant that is the most favorable. The answer to this is move around. Okay? So let's write down somewhere. Can you write over here? Move around is the answer. And I'll give you an example. Okay? So you go to a class, right? It is maybe advanced math, and you don't know anything about it. Okay? You are very new to it. Where do you think you will be? Fourth quadrant, right? So I'll take it from here. Okay? So this is where you are. Okay? Fourth quadrant. Which is you don't know the questions, you don't know the answers, you know nothing, right? You are very new to everything. Now what will you do? You'll go to the teacher, right? You'll go to the teacher, and what will you do?
Ask the question.
You'll ask question. So where do you think you will go?
Two.
So you'll try to go to 2, where now you start realizing, hey, what are the questions that I'm not aware of? Right? At least you should know that. What are the questions? So what you'll do is you'll transition from here, from this quadrant to this quadrant. Right? So now once you are in that quadrant, you'll start understanding, hey, there are a lot of things that I don't understand. And that is where you'll start seeking answers. Right? You'll start understanding there are a lot of questions which I have not even thought about, right? I don't even have answers. And then you will actively listen to what our teacher, guru is trying to tell. And then you'll try to get answers for it. Okay? Right? So you'll listen, you'll have more questions, you'll ask those questions, eventually you'll start getting some of the answers. Okay, so which quadrant do you think eventually you'll go to?
First.
First, right? So you'll go to a quadrant, where at least for that particular subject, which might be just one chapter in math, right, from that book, but you are comfortable with it. Now you know the questions, now you know the answers, right? And then practicing, you'll achieve a state where you are very fluent with that particular chapter. You perfectly know all the answers, you know the strategies, you know the tools that are necessary, right? And then what will happen? So if you stay here, what is the negative thing that is there? Know it all? You become stagnant over there, right? So if you stay in that quadrant, you become stagnant. So what should you do? You should try to learn more, right? Take a subject, go to the next chapter where you don't know anything. So where do you think we should go after this? 4. Very good. So we'll come back to the fourth state, fourth quadrant, right? Where we actually now don't know again anything, which is everything is new me. This is the second chapter of math book, and everyone does this. The only thing is we never pay attention to it, right? This is karma yoga. This is what we are trying to see. You should achieve excellence in what you're doing, but don't stay there. Go to the next task. Keep on improving, right? Add new capabilities to what you have already learned. So you go back here. Again, you realize that, hey, I'm not an expert over here. There is some expert in this area who I should ask, right? Who I should learn from. And you start looking for it. Maybe it is your teacher, maybe someone else, maybe your friend, maybe a senior in your classroom, maybe your parents, right? And then you start asking, and then again you go to the state where now you know the questions. You know that there are things that I don't know, and I need to start answering, start asking questions and see the answers. Again, you go back to the first quadrant where you try to understand, right? And this is what is there in every aspect of life. Even when we are doing meditation, when you start the meditation, you don't know anything, right? But if you start with the belief that I know everything, that is where you'll be stuck. Start with, hey, I'm a newcomer over here. Be humble. I think someone mentioned over here, right? You should be humble. You should understand there are things, especially when we are young, there are things which we don't know. And there are certain people who might be knowing more about that particular topic, right? So have a clean slate of mind, go to them, ask questions, learn from them, right? And that is how you will progress in life. So this is how you should be. All the three quadrants, you should keep on going one by one, right? Now with this, can you tell me what is the quadrant we never went to?
Three.
Three. So this is the quadrant. This is the quadrant which is most dangerous, where we think that we know everything, but actually that is very superficial. So if you use the 5 why technique, right? If someone in your classroom, if he or she knows everything, that's what they are telling everyone. Once you start asking 5 whys to them, maybe they can answer 1 why or 2 why. But because they are not proficient in it, they'll not be able to go to the root of it, right? To understand and tell what is happening, right? So this is the quadrant that we never want to be. You have a question?
So when we go through all the 5 whys, right? So then you know what is the root cause. To turn around that, how do you approach that? Like just
Yeah, very good question. So what we are trying to see, so the question for the people on Zoom is we use the 5 why technique, right? And then using the 5 why, we go to the root cause of it using the 5 why. But what happens after that? That is the question. So you can go in the reverse order, right? Try to see what is there, how we can keep on improving on it till the whole issue is resolved.
sure. So again the karma market, you can relate to this, right? So what was your first karma which you think is gone wrong or right? And then you
Correct.
come down 5 steps and then try to
Try to.
correct the first one.
Correct. So eventually that will be the
Yeah,
result
or
of it,
improve, yeah.
right? So once you start going to the root cause, all the other chains that have formed will try to get resolved on their own, right? But you should observe that, hey, is it resulting in that whatever was the root, whatever was the superficial question, is it getting resolved, right? So this is one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys today. And so if you look at it, right, what we are trying to do is we are trying to achieve excellence. What is karma yoga, right? So karma yoga is what it teaches. So there are a couple of slides that are still pending, but what we can do is, because of time, because this was more important, right? The activity was more important. So I'll not go through like the remaining slides. If you are interested, I can share it later. But basically, what karma yoga is trying to tell. Okay, I'll sit over here so everyone can see. So basically, what karma yoga is trying to tell us is whatever activity that we do, we should give 100% to it. Okay, so that is first principle. Second principle that we could not go to today is whatever is the outcome of it, don't get too attached to it. Okay, whatever is the outcome, maybe it is good, maybe it is bad, try to have less attachment associated with the outcome. I'll give you one example. Okay, so do you guys know the device that we use to see stars and moons?
Telescope.
Telescope. Very good. And do you know a device which we try to see like very minute things, maybe microorganisms? Microscope. Awesome.
Microscope.
So, so both of these devices, right? One device is used to see far away objects. One device is used to see to magnify the object. But do you know one thing? Both devices use the same convex lens. So the lenses that are used in both of them are same, but the focal point that is used is different. That's why one acts like a telescope, other one acts like a microscope, right? So what I'm trying to say is, even if these are like two different kind of objects, but even if there is a small bit of dirt on any of them, will we be able to see either zoom in or see far away objects? No, right? So having attachment to any karma that we are doing is something like that. We will lose the clarity in what we are seeing, right? And then the clarity can be both good and bad. So I'll give one more example that came to my mind is, let's say we are using the camera, right? And then sometimes there is a lot of pollution that is there. Is pollution good or bad? Bad, right? So there is a lot of pollution, and some of the dust particles, sometimes they sit on the lenses. Will we be able to see clearly if they sit on the lens, if the dust particles which are bad, if they sit? No, the clarity will not be good, right? Now let's say we go to a very beautiful hill station, right? There is amazing climate, there is dew everywhere, right? Clouds are there. Now there is mist that is there. Now is this good or bad? It's good, right? Because we are in nature.
Yeah, but the water.
Yeah, but as a nature it is good. Like compared to pollution, the mist and everything is good. Foggy nature, right? Fog is there. But now if that good, even if the droplets which are good, right? But if they fall on the lenses, will the clarity be there? No. So what I wanted to showcase through this is, even if it is a good result or a bad result, both of them will have effects. So try to detach yourself from whatever is the outcome of your karma. And then with that, offer whatever is there to the God, right? And that is where you will achieve excellence. And that is karma yoga, basically.
So when you think through the lenses of the kids who are less bothered about their grade and they detach themselves, in that case, what should we, as a parent, like make them to be back on the track, right? To bring them back on the track, I would say.
So the question is, what happens if the kids
Kid is less bothered about the grades.
kids are less bothered about the grades?
Detachment.
What? So they are detached from the grades.
Yeah, that's
So
what
what should we do? So always remember the first principle of karma yoga. First principle is give your 100%. So you don't have to be detached from the karma. You have to be detached from the result.
No, if
So
kids,
karma, you
some
have.
kids, yeah, no, sorry to interrupt actually. Some kids are very less competitive. It's not, maybe it's in this country because they don't create the competition in school or in classroom, right? When you go to India and schools there, I'm seeing people are like, or kids are frenzy about their grades, keeping up their grades, getting into good school and all that. That competition you do not experience here. It's more of the parents who push them, I would say. Like 10% kids are there.
So the question, so that like everyone can hear, right? Because otherwise it will be difficult for them. So the question is, sometimes the kids are like less competitive. What should we do? Again, we should just try to remember. Don't try to pressurize, right? But at least whatever is in the capacity, we should try to give 100% of it. Whatever is the capacity of each kid's capacity will be different, right? But to that capacity we should reach, where we are giving 100%. So always remember there is a circle, right? What I can influence and what is outside my influence. So whatever is in my influence, let's say there are elections that are going on. What is in my influence is I can vote. I can hear about like all the different views from all the parties. I can decide where to vote. What is the result of election? Is it under my influence? Like, can I influence it? No. So don't worry about what is the result, who is getting elected, right? Do your duty, give 100% to what you have to do, and then don't worry about the results, right? So I think a quick time check. I think we are 5 minutes already into like 7. So with this, what we'll do is, because we learned Karma Yoga, we'll offer everything that we learned today. And what I need assurance from like all the kids over here is, first of all, assure that you'll give 100% to what you're doing, right? And then try to keep yourself away from the fruits of the karma that you have done, right? So from the outcome of the karma that you are doing. Okay. So with that, let's offer everything that we talked today to Swamiji, and we'll end today's session over here. Hari Om.